The Wisconsin Badgers take home another bowl trophy after defeating the Oklahoma State Cowboys in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. We'll share highlights from the game. Plus, a travel nightmare continues today as thousands of more flights are canceled across the U.S. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. For the third year in a row, the Wisconsin Badgers are bringing home a bowl trophy. They're able to edge out the Oklahoma State Cowboys 24-17 in Phoenix in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. All eyes were on Luke Fickell as he stalked the sidelines with interim head coach and longtime Badger Jim Leonard calling the shots. Wisconsin dominated the first half with a 17-7 lead. In the third quarter, the defense set the tone early as Jay Shaw ripped the ball out of the hands of a Cowboys receiver for an interception. A few plays later, Braden Allen ran it in to put Wisconsin 3 touchdowns ahead. Badgers win the nail-biter. Here's the new coach, Luke Fickell, after the win.
Yeah, I'm really excited, really proud to be a part of this. These guys have accepted me in the last 3.5 weeks, and this was an incredible night. I can be honest with you. I think these guys probably know I didn't exactly know what to expect, and I'm walking out of here really impressed with so many things, but most importantly, their love, their care for one another.
The Badgers sealed their 22nd straight year of having a record above 500, one of the longest-running records currently in college football. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. What is it, 36 degrees?
I know. Isn't that wonderful?
50 degrees warmer than last week.
Pretty much, and you just came back in time for it, didn't you? So that's the good news. But, yeah, we're 20 degrees warmer to see from yesterday, so definitely warmer. Stepping outside this morning was already 30 degrees. You look at the entire Midwest, really it's in front of the system coming across. You're looking at everywhere in the east side of the U.S. pretty much is warmer than average, 20 to 25, so that definitely is a positive for everything going on. Southerly winds have helped to move that warm air northward. As you can see, wind speed still 10 to 15. We'll have some breezy conditions overall. If you look at temperatures, they're not going to really budge too much right now. Mid to upper 30s across Dane County if you look spread-wise. Out to the west, this whole complex was more like an atmospheric river, as they called it, hit the west, but now it's pushing east. Ahead of it, we got warm air, and then we do have some chances for precipitation. It looks disorganized, but we're going to get something. I'll time out the precipitation chances as well as how warm we'll actually get even tomorrow.
All right, we'll check back with you, Greg. Thank you. Meanwhile, with nearly 50 inches of snow covering the streets of Buffalo, New York, today communities are attempting to clear the streets. The death toll from the monster storm continues to rise. More than 30 people have died from the weather in Erie County, New York alone. Emergency crews are working tirelessly to get the snow, ice, and hundreds of abandoned vehicles off the roads.
There's a lot of stranded cars, a lot of stranded trucks, semis, a couple trees on the buildings, lots of buildings completely covered in snow.
National Guardsman Matthew Waldman became a hometown hero this weekend. He helped a family get to the hospital safely to deliver their 4th child after their car was completely snowed in. The travel nightmare continues today as 2,600 more flights are canceled nationwide. Nearly all of them are Southwest Airlines flights. The airline CEO is apologizing, saying more delays are likely this week, with no indication of when passengers will be rebooked. Some stranded travelers say they likely won't get to their final destination until after the new year. The Transportation Department vows to hold the airline accountable.
From what I can tell, Southwest is unable to locate even where their own crews are, let alone their own passengers, let alone baggage.
Southwest is blaming a series of issues that created a domino effect across the country, including last week's historic storm, aggressive flight scheduling, and outdated infrastructure. The Supreme Court has weighed in on the Title 42, the policy that allows border agents to immediately turn away migrants crossing the border. Skylar Henry has more.
The U.S. Supreme Court has ordered that the Biden administration must continue to enforce the Trump-era immigration policy that limits immigration because of the COVID pandemic. The order from Chief Justice John Roberts keeps Title 42 in place for now. The court will hear arguments about the case in February and issue a ruling at a later date. The White House argued Title 42 was a public health measure, not an immigration enforcement measure.
The court is not going to decide until June, apparently, and in the meantime, we have to enforce it. But I think it's overdue.
15 Republican governors sued to keep Title 42 in place, saying the number of migrants at the border would go up if the program ended. More than 2 million immigrants have been expelled since Title 42 was instituted at the start of the pandemic. 5 of the 6 conservative justices sided with Republican-led states that sued to keep the program in place. Justice Neil Gorsuch was the only conservative against the order, saying the current border crisis is not a COVID crisis. More migrants are coming to the southern border every day, and the Biden administration admitted in a court filing that it expects immigration will increase when the program ends. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The Department of Homeland Security has been working on a plan for the day Title 42 comes to an end. That includes surging resources to the border, targeting smugglers, and working with international partners. The Secretary of State is recommitting to a pledge to bring American Paul Whelan home from Russia on the 4th anniversary of Whelan's detention. Whelan is serving a 16-year sentence in a Russian penal colony after his arrest in December 2018 on espionage charges, which he has denied. U.S. officials have declared him wrongfully detained. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the president's efforts will not cease until Whelan's back with his family. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. A warning to employees of the U.S. House of Representatives after lawmakers ban TikTok from official devices. That story and more coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
It's Steinhoffel's Dream Vacation Giveaway. Test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a trip to Hawaii. And right now, save up to $600 on Beauty Rest Black adjustable base sets. Plus, get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash. Queen Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $42 a month with Steinhoffel's 72-month financing. So test rest a Beauty Rest Black at Steinhoffel's for your chance to win a dream Hawaiian vacation. Only at Steinhoffel's.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these two unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Only a wise and lucky few understand the amazing benefits of real sauna bathing. Leisure Concepts has Finnish and infrared saunas that set up in a flash and will get you through winter happy and healthy. Now watch closely to see my favorite part of sauna bathing. Get to Leisure Concepts on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
After a serious truck crash, you need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Southwest Airlines says it will operate on a reduced flight schedule for the rest of the week as it tries to get operations back to normal. The airline canceled over 60% of its flights Tuesday, stranding thousands of travelers at airports around the country. The Biden administration and Congress are now probing what's being described as a meltdown, with some lawmakers calling on the company to share its earnings with affected travelers. Everyone who works in the House of Representatives was warned Tuesday to delete the video sharing app TikTok from their official devices. The move comes ahead of a law that will ban the app from all U.S. government devices. Several states, cities, and universities have recently cracked down on TikTok over fears that users' data could fall into the hands of the Chinese government. And holiday shopping is over, but for many, now come the credit card payments. 1/3 of Americans this year took on an average of over $1,500 in holiday debt, a 24% increase over last year, according to LendingTree. That's the highest amount in 8 years, and it comes as Americans continue to grapple with the highest inflation in nearly 4 decades. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Courtney Keeley.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 263 points. The NASDAQ off 103. The S&P 500 down 38. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Madison police have issued a warning after a local college student was nearly scammed out of $30,000. Investigators say the woman received calls, emails, and texts pretending to be a Chinese police officer. The scammer told the woman she owed money as part of a criminal investigation. The woman tried to pay, but the transaction wasn't processed after her bank account flagged it as suspicious. Police say similar scams typically target foreign students. Well, presents are making their way from under the tree to a return pile in the post-holiday rush. But what happens to all of those returns? Usher Qureshi takes us inside an online auction company, giving these items a new shelf life.
It's not the island of misfit toys, but an entire warehouse in Shorewood, Illinois, devoted to returns.
Torch, jack for a trailer, vacuum for the wall.
It's all part of Slybuy.com, an online auction company that also operates a deeply discounted dig store and fixed-price warehouse sale.
Probably the strangest thing I've ever seen is a full-size hot tub came off the back of a truck.
Steve Fitzgerald is CEO and says companies like his take what retail stores don't want to restock.
A lot of cases, things get returned and there might be box damage or missing screws or missing directions, and retailers really want to protect their customer experience and they want that to be perfect.
Every day they get a 40-foot trailer like this filled with 1,600 boxes, in this case, of items they don't even know what's in them.
Once processed, items in imperfect to pristine condition are up for bid.
It's anywhere from 50 to 90% off of regular retail. Everything starts at $1. There's no reserve price, and the market determines what it's worth.
Josh Comer has snapped up hundreds of deals.
What do you do with all this stuff?
I resell it.
Oh, okay, so this is like a side hustle for you.
Yeah, some stuff I keep.
This reverse logistics ecosystem, as it's called, is mindful of both planet and pocketbook.
It's affordable. And these times, that's what people need.
Giving unwanted gifts a second chance. Usher Qureshi, CBS News, Shorewood, Illinois.
And more online shopping has increased return volumes. That's according to the National Retail Federation. $218 billion worth of online orders were returned last year. Today's egg prices coming up next, along with a mild forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll preview tonight's Kennedy Center Honors broadcast. The honors are given to those who contribute to American culture. That's coming up today at 4.
Furniture and Appliance Mart is having its biggest New Year's appliance sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to $700 on Frigidaire packages. Washer and dryer pairs start at $10.99. Over-the-range microwaves start at just $2.29. At Furniture and Appliance Mart, inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Sometimes a cough isn't just a cough, so it's better to be prepared. Keeping Binax Now handy makes it easy to test. And self-test kits may be reimbursable with no copay through your health plan. With Binax Now, you'll have reliable results in 15 minutes with the self-test that features the same technology doctors use and detects multiple variants, including Omicron BA.5. So you can always be prepared with Binax Now, the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Ashley's having its biggest New Year's sale ever. This weekend only. Save up to 85% off furniture. Plus, take an additional 10% off when you spend $2,000 or more. And free platinum delivery. This weekend only at Ashley.
Kerry Washington is on the Jennifer Hudson Show. Plus, the star of Kerry's new series, Reasonable Doubt. Welcome Emma Yassi Coronati. Then, former Idol finalist David Archuleta is here.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
2022 has been a pretty amazing year in the 608.
Tomorrow, I prove it with a look back at some of my most memorable and amusing adventures.
We are checking out some warmer than average temperatures over the next couple of days, but just how warm? Tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report will be back with us next week, so here are your farm numbers. Well, the countdown is on. Only 3 more days until we ring in the new year. Final preparations are underway for the annual Crystal Ball drop in Times Square. Zinnia Maldonado shares a behind-the-scenes look.
Whether in person,
the first goal is try to get as close as possible to the ball drop.
Or at home.
We're probably going to cast the ball drop on the TV.
Millions will be watching this massive 12,000-pound crystal ball dropping right here in Times Square come New Year's Eve.
She's going to get to see the ball drop. Only 10 years old, so that's kind of a win for her. A little bit of champagne, that's it.
Now, the crystal ball features 2,688 triangles to be exact, and this year they're replacing 192 of those with the new design, Gift of Love. A circle of overlapping hearts intertwined together. Crews working throughout the afternoon today to place the message of love on the iconic ball, which stands 12 feet tall.
Every year we bring a different message, gift of peace, gift of love, gift of friendship, but I think love is so important, not only for our, friends, family, our loved ones, but for the whole world.
Kickoff Saturday will be about 6 p.m. when the ball is raised to the top of its pole above Times Square. With no official COVID requirements announced, this year's celebration different from last year when only 15,000 people were allowed to attend. and a far cry from 2020 when the ball dropped for the first time ever in front of an empty Times Square. Organizers share they hope the message of this year's theme hits home not only for the thousands that will be celebrating in person, but also for those watching across the country.
With that act of love and that gift of love, I think we as people, we can be better. And what they say, like, put on your mask first before you take care of somebody else. So if you got that foundation, you become a better person to help everybody around you.
New Year's Eve right around the corner. It's going to be a warm one. Here's Greg with the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be the opposite of what we had for Christmas. Really, if you look through Sunday, this whole satellite shows what's going on. Really, the last bit of the cold air with the system came through Sunday. Then the west got really pummeled with a couple systems and almost a Pineapple Express of moisture. Ahead of it really is mild air. You see as this gets closer, it's kind of falling apart, splitting. So even when this comes through, it's not going to be a lot of rain chances, but it has resulted in mild conditions going on right now. The one thing to notice, too, is the winds are coming from the south. So it is somewhat modified that we do have snowpack to the south. So it's not as warm as it could be with that southerly wind. As it goes over snowpack, it kind of modifies a little bit. So that's the one drawback with the snow right now. But overall, we're just going to see cloud conditions. You can see the system's going to be coming through here tomorrow. More clouds, maybe some patchy fog, even a slight chance of rain. It's not going to mount to much. You can see it come through here tomorrow afternoon, evening. We're not going to see any really change over precipitation to snow or anything that goes to the north. So overall, just cloudy with some light rain showers more Thursday night. By the time we get to Friday, obviously conditions will improve too. For today, temperatures are going to stay in the upper 30s to 40s. Then overnight, we're not going to see much movement in the temperatures. The southerly wind's going to keep going on. Clouds will increase. Fog development is possible when you get that warm air going over the snowpack. You can develop fog. So as you wake up tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures still in the mid-30s. Temperatures will continue to rise tomorrow as that system approaches. We'll be in the mid-40s, even upper 40s as we go more towards tomorrow afternoon, even tomorrow night. It's not until you get closer to Friday morning where you start seeing the temperatures fall back and the winds shift. As you notice, not much in the way of rain chances. Once again, it starts coming in there towards the afternoon, but we're not expecting a lot. The one thing we could have is fog. This gives you somewhat of an idea with visibility as we go through tonight. We'll see some fog here and there. It could be worse or better. The one thing I note is you get towards southeastern Wisconsin, towards a lake by tomorrow. That starts really becoming an issue. Could be dense down there. Overall, this could be worse than what it is, but something to keep in mind of if you're driving out there. You could encounter some patchy fog here as we go through the next several days. One thing, notice, system coming through, not too much. We're going to have then a brief mild up once again. New Year's looks still good. Maybe a brief little shot of a shower or snow shower, but nothing significant. And then our next system really is after New Year, not until Monday and Tuesday till we start seeing a better chance for rain. You can see the system beginning to push up by Monday. So New Year's Eve, New Year's Day looks okay. Mild conditions. We're not seeing any significant impacts. No snow, not much rain. You see in the 10-day, temperatures look very mild. We're not really going to get below freezing probably until maybe next week. Overall, overnight, we might even stay above freezing for most of the time. That's why we do have concerns for fog off and on. That next chance of rain, that's Saturday, that's a very slight chance. Really probably not going to see much of anything. And then a better, wetter system probably coming that Tuesday, Wednesday. But on the positive, we're going to stay in the warm side of that system, at least right now. So I don't see any snow. Really a lot of snow through the next 7 to 10 days. It's going to stay fairly mild.
And this is a pretty coldest part of the year normally.
Yeah, we got about 2 more degrees to fall before we hit the 27, which is the coldest average temperature that we get. And then by the end of January, we start going back up.
All right, getting there.
Getting there, yep.
Thank you, Greg. We are just days away from the new year, but don't say goodbye to 2022 without making your health a priority. Dr. Stephen Kopecky with Mayo Clinic says your year-end health checklist should start with the basics instead of one big change. Schedule wellness visits with your primary care provider. Check on your blood pressure, cholesterol, and if at risk, get diabetes screening. Routine screenings for cancers are also key to maintaining good health. Pick one day a week to focus on healthy habits so it's not so overwhelming.
It's important what you eat. Next is how much activity you have, physical activity. Next is your sleep. That's one of the forgotten risk factors.
And finally, get vaccinated. It's not too late to get a flu shot or updated COVID-19 booster if you're eligible. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard is working on for New Year's Eve in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
We all could use a bit of good luck in the new year. And today, we're sharing some of the tastiest traditions from around the globe.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
Just didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginniker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth? With Power Swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the Power Swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
As we bring in the new year, who amongst us couldn't use a bit of good luck? And it seems that there are a lot of tasty food traditions and customs from all over the world that can bring us just that. In the Far East, eating noodles on New Year's is customary at Buddhist temples. And in some parts of China, it's a tradition for dumplings and steamed fish to be served at midnight. In Hispanic culture, to signify the 12 months of the year, many people eat 12 grapes at midnight. In Europe, those of German and Polish descent might eat herring in hopes of good fortune. And in Holland, the Dutch often eat a sweet donut-like apple fritter to welcome in the new year. Here in the States, many Southerners eat cooked greens on New Year's in hopes of it bringing prosperity. And the Pennsylvania Dutch tradition of eating pork and cabbage on New Year's Day for good luck is still going strong. And nothing is easier or tastier than our slow cooker version that is so tender you can pull it apart with a fork. And when you serve this with all that cabbage studded with chunks of apples, are you in for an Amish treat? As always, the recipe for Good Luck Pork and Cabbage is online now, just in time to bring you some good luck in the new year. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for a tastier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Greg now with a final look at the forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be a mild afternoon. We're going to have temperatures really in the upper 30s to near 40 with south winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Overnight, the temperatures will not really they'll remain steady overnight, so we're not going to see any freezing temperatures overnight. You'll wake up tomorrow even warmer than this morning, mid to upper 30s, even near 40. That's the things to know, too. Once again, mild 30s and 40s are going to be really the rule for the next 7 to 10 days. Breezy conditions and fog is definitely a possibility. If you look in the extended, the best chance for rain is probably next week.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.